Hello, everyone. Mrs. Lamont here. I would like to talk to you today about note taking, one of my favorite things to do. I know you're all working on your projects and reading your beautiful books and taking notes. So I just wanted to give you some reminders about how to take notes that will best help you when you're putting together your writing for others about your project. So notes are not writing for others. Notes are completely for ourselves. So they're basically a tool that we use in order to go back and do our writing for others. But notes do not have to be anything that anybody else can decipher or understand. They are all for you. So it's up to you to use whatever ideas you have to make your notes easy for you to read and to go through later and use, and also to make your note-taking process as quick as possible so you can just keep moving and keep learning. So I wanted to share with you some ways that I do that. One thing I always do after I take notes is I go back. I leave about 5 minutes when I'm done, and I go back and look through my notes and I annotate them. Annotate is just a fancy word for mark them up. I go through and I sometimes use another color to give myself a little more information about what's important to me. So let me show you what I mean. So here are some notes I took from this book called The Color Dictionary of Plants. And so I wrote about things that interested me as I was going through this book. Alpine plants were something that interested me. As I go through this, as I'm annotating, I would actually probably put a box around the title. I put on the top of this page the title because I was going to spend all my time with this book today. So I'm just going to do that so I can go back and say, oh, I found something in that book, and I'll be able to easily know where that section on this book is. And then I might actually underline some words that seem important to me, and alpine plants is definitely something important to me because it's something I just learned about. As you can see, I used some shortcut writing here, some of my own invented spelling. Small size, alpine plants are small. I just put SM because I know that for me, SM means small and LG means large. So they're small size and they have large root systems. I would also, as I'm going through, as you see here, I put page numbers. So I would circle all the page numbers in my notes because then it would help me go back and find exactly what I need really quickly, because sometimes we need to do that. We need to go back to the book. The other thing I would do is whenever I had a question that I put in my notes, like what colors? I read that they come in intense colors, but I don't know what colors. So I always put an arrow by my questions because that helps me kind of go back and say, what do I need to keep researching? And what questions do I still have? And I can find them easily because the arrow points to my questions. Let's see, what else would I do? I also would put a little bit of, I'm also going to underline, I think, the word rock gardens right here because rock gardens really interest me. In fact, this whole section on rock gardens, I'm going to put a star by it. I like to use a star. Let's see if I can draw a star. Yes, not the best star. I like to use a star for things that I know that I'm going to include later in my writing. I know that I want to write about rock gardens because I just recently became obsessed with them. So I'm going to put a star there. So all those things, the underlines, the circles, the stars, the arrows, would help me navigate my notes later. And I think having another color kind of helps you do that. You should annotate your notes however you want to. You'll find your own invented spelling for note taking. You'll find your own ways of organizing information. As you can see, I like bullets, but you might like lists with numbers. Note taking is all up to the individual note taker. But I wanted to share with you what my process is like. So I hope that that you enjoy your note taking process and start figuring out ways that will help you use this wonderful tool of notes so that when you go back and do you for others writing, it can be really fun. So good luck. I hope you have a wonderful time with your books and your note taking. See you soon. Bye-bye.